Hello, I'm Brooks,
I'm Joe.
and this is another episode of Cantina Reviews.
Today we are finally talking about...
Finally, less than 24 hours later.
I mean, we've been talking about theories forever, it seems like.
Right, but since we saw the movie.
The Last Jedi.
That's what it is. So in honor of The Last Jedi, I'm wearing my limited edition Disney Star Wars Last Jedi shirt with those monkey walker things on top and the whatever salt speeder things are on the bottom.
Yeah.
So quick review of the shirt. I like it. It's a good fabric. It's comfortable. It's an athletic fit. So if it's an athletic fit, get a size above.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Tune in next week when we do The Last Jedi review.
So this is already, I mean, it's been...
Shitty.
It's been less than 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
People are divided as hell
Mm-hmm.
on this one. And I get that.
Yes.
But I liked it.
I think there's going to be an actual civil war. Like an actual galactic civil war is about to happen.
Right.
Yeah, I'd say my overall impression of the movie as a whole was scale of 1 to 10. For me, I'd say it's 7.5. I wouldn't say it was out of this world, 12
it's
out of
better than Empire. No,
I'm not going 12 out of 10.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, it was a great movie.
Yeah.
I loved it. Am I gonna, never be able to watch another movie again? No.
But is it worse than the prequels? No.
No,
Everyone
not at all.
get your heads out of your asses.
Yeah.
And we'll get into it. But there were a lot of bold choices done here. There were a
Mhm.
lot of unexpected choices done here.
Yes.
And people are some people are just so mad. It's
Yes.
crazy.
Yes, let's dive in.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Thanks for watching.
So we start out the movie. It was late and I worked all day. So I think we started out where he's shooting at Luke in the salt fields, right?
That is not where it starts.
That's when I woke up.
So we start off kind of cool with a little space battle.
Oh, that's right.
Poe Dameron in a single X-Wing is going to take on that big pizza ship.
Yep. The Dreadnought.
Yeah. Really good opening scene with the bombers. And we meet her later on, Rose, but with her sister sacrificing herself.
Yes.
It's a nice opener.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's really a kind of, I'd say, reviving the rebellion of the original trilogy.
Right.
These people are gun-ho, they're going to do whatever it takes to take out the First Order, you know what I mean? Whereas, with the prequels, which is why I would say they're not worse than the prequels. The prequels, you had two faceless armies of millions of soldiers.
Right.
Just, whoever had more money, they were just killing each other. It didn't matter.
And I thought the Resistance needed to be personalized a little more.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like, when you think about the Resistance in The Force Awakens, you think of Poe, his couple X-Wing buddies, and
Right.
Leia.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the Resistance, I didn't really
Care.
know them or know why they were there.
Yeah,
or
they were just
why they're the
army,
Resistance when there's a Republic.
right.
Now, the tables have turned.
Mm-hmm.
I did find it, what I found kind of weird was the opening crawl was
Mhm.
the First Order is at the height of their power.
Yeah, I did.
They
was gonna
just
say
lost
that.
the Starkiller base.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
the First Order reigns, and I was
Yeah.
like,
Why?
how many years later is this?
Seconds later.
Seconds later,
Yeah.
all of a sudden they're now ruling the galaxy, which I guess maybe they were before.
That was odd. I think maybe it wasn't established how big they were in The
Mhm.
Force Awakens.
I guess.
I mean, I would think after you're losing that base, you're in dire straits.
Yeah, you're trying to get your cause going.
Right.
Because what I thought with Starkiller Base being gone now was that the Resistance took that step forward, much like we're now learning with the new extended universe, that once they defeated the Death Star at the Battle of Endor, that was kind of the turning point. Now the rebellion's moving,
Yes.
the Imperials are now trying to keep a hold of what they have. That's what I thought was going to happen with Starkiller Base. But instead, it's the complete opposite.
The reality they create at the beginning of this movie, which is effective because it makes you feel more tense,
Mm-hmm.
is that almost them defeating the Starkiller Base, the odds were none.
Yeah.
The Resistance is 40 people,
Yeah.
and the First Order is massive.
Thousands. Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't even seem like they took a hit at all between having these massive starships.
Yeah.
Even you have the big Snoke starship.
Yeah.
that is so big and like has so much shit on it, as far as like the walkers and
Yeah.
the troops and stuff like that. It kind of just like it really revamped the Force Awakens,
Mhm.
not just like the whole series, but it really was like, no, we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
And like it really turned the tide on like the First Order is a really big deal, not just some fringe group.
Right.
And the Resistance is really tiny, and as the movie goes on, it gets even smaller.
Yeah, like they're just starting.
Right, which makes for some intrigue into what could possibly go on. Poe has some cool action shots with the X-wing. He does that Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift thing with the X-wing, which is kind of cool.
I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, directly after that, Finn wakes up and he's like peeing everywhere.
Yeah,
whatever that was.
Yeah. It's fluid.
Yeah, which was funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was comical.
And he's like, I like the cut, like the Where's Ray, and then it cuts the
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was cool. So they did a successful version of what DC has been trying to do in every single movie.
Oh, yeah.
Where they introduce all the characters or update you on all the characters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of a 20-second lightning round of
Yeah.
characters,
Yeah.
A good 20 minutes, half hour, we're catching up where everybody left off to where they are now.
Yeah, this movie gets to breathe. When we reviewed The Force Awakens, I said my problem with it was too quick.
Mhm.
It was like, for example, after the Millennium Falcon thing with Rey and Finn, they get out of danger, and they're like, "Oh my God, that's crazy! How'd you do that?" Blah blah blah. And then it's like, "I'm Finn. I'm Rey." And like, you get like a millisecond of a moment, and then it's like, boom! Something explodes in the background, and they gotta go fix that. This movie got to build like.
Yes, steadily.
Steadily, which some people will probably say that's boring. I personally like that. I like the character stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then we finally get to Rey and Luke on the island.
Mm-hmm. Finally.
Yeah.
Which I thought was cool how they let off literally with how it ended.
Right.
And I think the funniest thing, there was a slight sense of satisfaction when Luke just takes the lightsaber and throws it behind his back. Because everybody in that theater was like, what?
Yeah, yeah.
No, we thought he was gonna do this badass thing where he force takes the lightsaber and swings it around and does all this stuff, and it's like he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that.
Big theory, not a theory. It's not that intricate.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of obvious. My thought of why half of the fans will despise this movie is because of their own expectations of what they thought it was going to be.
Exactly.
I mean, we're guilty of speculation. Obviously, we have free Snoke videos.
Yeah.
But
that's more just
it's
fun.
for fun.
Yeah.
It's to speculate. It's not like, oh, if it's not one of my theories, I'm gonna hate it.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, I'm thrilled that I didn't guess what was gonna happen.
Because that's a surprising thing.
Right.
Which you guys haven't realized, for the 15 people who are gonna watch this video, you haven't realized that by now that Disney has been putting out these trailers for Marvel and Star Wars forever and other movies, taking you one way and then completely going another way.
Well, what we did guess right was that in the trailer, the Kylo putting out his hand and the Rey being on the other side.
Yep.
We said that is not the same scene.
Yeah.
Sure enough, it's not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah.
That was good on our part. Yeah.
So anyway, I thought Luke throwing a lightsaber was what?
Exactly, right?
Because a lot of what this movie did was deflate the focused hype of the last 2 years.
Yes.
Oh, we get to see Luke. What's he gonna do? It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out who Snoke is.
Exactly.
We're gonna find out who Rey's parents are. And this movie was spoilers. None of that matters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think
ballsy.
They could have just rewritten everything just to go against what everybody's common thought was.
Right.
Which I think is a highly probable scenario of what could have just happened.
And risky as hell.
Exactly.
They had to have known that a lot of fans are gonna be pissed.
Exactly. I liked it.
I am too.
I'm a fan of Star Wars, but I like being proven wrong, because then it's one of those things where it's no way. I thought he was going to take the lightsaber too and do blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But instead he just takes it and throws it back. He's like, nope, not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun. See ya.
I liked that they allowed Rian Johnson to make this a weird movie.
Mm-hmm.
I had said originally, all I had really seen that he'd done was Looper.
Mm-hmm.
I'm that's a weird science fiction movie.
Yeah. We call it Pooper.
Let this be weird. And there's a lot of weird elements in this movie that have not been seen in any other Star Wars.
Right.
And that's another problem that people have. It's The Force Awakens was just like A New Hope. But now The Last Jedi is different. They've changed everything.
Mm-hmm.
None of this stuff is in the Star Wars lore. They ruined it. And it's okay, well, now we have stuff that's totally different.
Yeah, exactly. It's if you wanted similarity, then congratulations, you got it with that base where they're all in the trenches and like the snow, salt, and
I
they're
like the fact that the guy goes,
"Yep,
it's salt."
yeah, it's salt.
So no one says it's snow.
Yeah, so if you wanted your, Throwback Thursday, which it was.
It was.
If you want your Throwback Thursday, there it was, when they're all hopping in the trenches with the turrets and the walkers are coming. We're on the island. Luke's being a big old pansy. One thing that I liked, and then throughout the movie made me not like, was like the porgs. Still like the porgs, but they're everywhere.
There's like a million.
Exactly. There's like a trillion of them, and they're in every scene that they can be in. Not that I have a super huge issue with it, but I'm like, come on.
I didn't really mind. I mean, they were always just kind of like there in the background.
Yeah, they're just there in the background, but like, not that I didn't want it to be not a funny movie, because like Disney's going down the path of, there's a lot of comedic relief in their movies now, which isn't bad, more family type stuff. But like the original trilogy was like, not dark, but was a textbook movie. You know what I mean?
The humor in the original trilogy was not. They weren't jokes.
Yeah, it wasn't super obvious.
It was just like the character interaction was funny at times.
Right.
Here they throw jokes in to kind of lighten it up.
Yeah.
Sometimes they work. Other times doesn't really fit the movie.
Like right in the beginning.
Yeah.
With Poe and then I can't get. Oh, who is it? that was funny, and then like it got longer, and I was like, okay.
You know what that reminded me of? The fact that joke kept going. I thought the first one was funny. Hux goes on this crazy speech at the end of Rebel Scum, and Poe's like, "Yeah, I'm holding for General Hux." That was funny.
Yeah.
When they do it 2 more times, it
Yeah.
reminded me of Thor spinning in the chain with Surtur at the beginning of Ragnarok.
And it's like, okay, it's enough.
First spin, funny. Okay, it's happening again. Okay, it's happening a third time.
We're going again. Yeah. And I was like, maybe Star Wars shouldn't be a comedy.
Right.
Like, maybe we should keep it like the original trilogy and even the prequels to a certain extent.
Right.
Where it's like, this is a saga, this is a story, this is what's happening.
Right. Like, some moments are funnier than others. Yeah. Like when Luke is first having Rey feel the Force, that was a funny interaction where he's like, reach out, and she puts her hand up.
With like, the grass,
And then he touched her hand, she's like, feel it.
Yeah.
He's like, you feel the Force? You feel it?
Yeah.
That was
you feel it? Yeah, I did like that. Chewie eating the porg was funny, but like, there were people in the theater that were like,
dying?
They were, no, not dying, but like, they were dying as in they were upset.
Oh, really?
Because they were like, we love the porgs. Why have we cooked one? Why has Chewie somehow, because now we're thinking.
Yeah.
Original trilogy Chewie, prequel Chewie. We're thinking, he's broke this thing's neck, he's cooking it. Like, at first I was like, oh my god, these children are crying.
So Luke training Rey. What I thought was a really good scene. So he has her reaching out, whatever, and she sees that dark pit, and she wants to go in it. I thought his reaction was really good, because like you kind of see it in the trailer, but I liked that he was just like baffled. He's like, you went right to the dark side.
Yeah.
You're a Jedi for 2 seconds, and you went right to the dark side. But I mean, also like the fact that she was like, well, like you weren't there, like your presence was not there.
Yeah.
That was kind of interesting. To move on a little bit, I thought there's a lot of things that go unanswered in this movie, or like loose ends that just get totally cut off in this movie.
Yeah.
The burning down of the Jedi Temple, I thought we were going to get a scene out of that.
Yeah, we only got snippets.
Yeah. And to get into what people are having problems with is the handling of Luke. I thought it was interesting because I thought it was like unexpected. So like the idea of what happened with Luke is he beat the Empire, all this stuff, and he kind of got full of himself.
Right.
And he failed because of that. It reminded me of Tony Stark in Civil War.
Yeah.
But I always thought was a really effective like part of their little bickering in the beginning about that was he's showing the destruction and he's like all this so we can go kick ass.
Exactly.
And be superheroes. Like
yeah.
I thought that was really effective and it worked for me in this too. Like,
yeah, it's like
I was a Jedi master.
Yeah, exactly.
I could do whatever I wanted, and he totally let it all go to shit and didn't realize.
It's like, what do you want me to do? Grab my laser sword and walk out there and defeat the First Order?
Right.
He was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought that was interesting.
Especially how he, like, put it. Like, he was like, I'm a legend.
Right.
He was like, that's not what we're here to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I thought that was interesting.
And that was a theme that kind of carried on throughout the movie, because that's something also that Poe learns.
Yeah.
What I thought was great was, so to go back to the Resistance side a little bit, they are, the Empire. The First Order is pursuing them. Some kind of convoluted thing where if they're a certain distance away from the ship, nothing bad's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't understand that. But
weird plot device.
Can't understand that.
Weird plot device to keep the movie going.
Yeah.
Something along the lines of the TIE fighters can only be in range of the big ship.
Yeah, I didn't. But they were going closer because the guns would be. I understand what they're saying. Like, if they go super close, the big guns can't hit them because they're too big.
But the TIE.
But they were hitting them the whole time, and then the TIE fighters. And I was like, what are we accomplishing by going closer?
Weird plot device to keep the movie going. Oh wait, well let's talk about that second attack. So when
Leia does the Titanic.
Mary Poppins thing?
Yeah. That's what it reminded me of. I wasn't sure it was Titanic for some reason.
That was odd. So
I don't think I liked it.
Really good scene where Kylo chooses not to kill her, but then the TIE fighters get her, and he's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
That was great.
I thought it was crazy because it's like...
I thought they killed her.
That's right. That's because I was like, everybody thinks she's going to die because she's actually gone.
Right.
And I was like... No, there's no way. And then people were like, yeah, there's no way. They'll probably do it in the next movie. And then, within the first half hour, you think that's it.
I was like, oh my god, Carrie Fisher died in real life, so they're going to brutally murder Leia?
Yeah. But then, because then I'm like, oh, she filmed all of her scenes. And it's like, was that all of her scenes?
Right.
20 minutes of screen time? But yeah, that was nuts in all honesty. I was like, oh, yeah, he's not going to do it. And then they actually did it. And then, you see it. And I was like, no way.
Right, and then she's floating out of space.
That early.
She's floating out of space and then does that
Mary Poppins
fly thing.
Yeah, invisible.
I was like, that's a little weird.
Yeah, that was odd. Do I need an explanation? No. Would it be nice? Yeah.
Well, I mean, we know she has powers of the Force.
Right, but
she's never used them to that extent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To revive herself in space and then come back to the ship.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is that a Force thing? Because we've never seen that one before.
That's new.
I was like, that's a new trick.
But then I so from there, Laura Dern's character from Jurassic Park takes over, and it seems like she's screwing them over. Poe and Finn set this huge plan.
Yep.
The plan blows up in their faces, and what I thought was cool about that was a complaint about The Force Awakens for a lot of people is the characters weren't really hashed out as well as they could have been. Poe was a badass; he did cool stuff.
Right.
But in this movie, Poe being a badass that does cool stuff,
he was put in check.
His character flaw. His problem is that he wants to jump in an X-Wing, blow shit up without thinking. There was some applause where Leia broke through that door, but then when she shot him, I was like,
that was
what?
Nuts. Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was I think it was cool to see that they were put in check.
They were.
It's they're not these super almighty heroes. Rose finds Finn escaping, and she's like, oh my god, you're a Resistance hero. And then, wait, you're escaping? Now I gotta arrest you or whatever, throw you in the brig. Poe Dameron comes in, thinking he's got the plan, gonna save the day, do all this stuff. And then she's like, no, you're not. So I think it was cool to see...
you almost screwed up our entire plan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see that these heroes are not all high and mighty.
Well, I mean, what's interesting, throughout the movie, everyone, Rey, Finn, Poe, everything they try to do blows up in their face.
Exactly.
And, the Masters, Luke, Leia, have to kind of clean up the mess to give them a chance. And that directly addresses a problem people had with them in the first movie. These characters can do anything. But like I said, especially with Poe, his only defining quality in the first one becomes his flaw in this one.
Right.
And he has to learn, and to kind of tie back into the whole Luke, that's, it's a legend thing. It's not what we should really be doing. Poe has to learn to sometimes you don't, by not being the action hero, you're actually saving the cause when they do escape later on.
Right.
So that was really cool. What I thought was a nice, cool, weird, new thing was this Force connection between Rey and Kylo, where they can literally have a conversation.
Talk to each other and see each other.
Which we find out was Snoke's doing, but for a while was really weird and cool. They end up, they communicate enough to where Rey believes that Kylo's going to turn back. She fights Luke. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And she just leaves. She's kind of fed up with him.
Yeah. She's like, you know what? I'm out.
And she just turns herself right in.
Yeah.
So we'll get into the Snoke stuff.
Yeah. Which another small sense of satisfaction.
Who is Snoke?
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Exactly. Yeah, like, so, I mean, I thought that was a cool scene because it's like, how are they going to possibly get out of this?
Well, for a second, I'm like, because already this movie has done stuff I didn't expect.
Mm-hmm.
Luke admits that he thought about killing his nephew in his sleep.
Right.
You know, and that contributes to people not liking how they handled Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Rey and Kylo in the throne room. Snow commands Ren to kill her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here thinking, like, they're going to kill her.
Yeah, that's
like,
what
I was like, they might just kill her. I mean, I don't know what's happening in this movie.
Exactly. It's like anything could happen. I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. But I was like, how are they possibly going to get out of this?
And then you see that Kylo is
doing something.
He's moving his hand, and he turns the Rey's lightsaber that Snoke had like on his armrest.
Yeah.
And cuts him in half.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Which was odd because I was like, is he going to somehow grab this, she'll catch it, and then they'll tag team him?
So, yeah.
But like, that's why I was like, what are they going to do? Because he is literally way too powerful. Nobody can do anything in this
film. My only thing, if you want to nitpick, people are really pissed that he died like that. I thought it was totally unexpected. Mm-hmm. I like it.
Yeah, it was a good surprise.
And now we get to see like Kylo Ren, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. That is just a mess. Right. So it'll be interesting. He seems super powerful, Snoke.
Yeah.
Ridiculously powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't he sense that lightsaber turning?
I guess because he was so into his spiel.
Right.
He was so into turning Kylo Ren because he's invested so much time. I think he was so into actually having it go through, he wasn't paying attention. He was blocking everything out, and he was getting into it. So I think he thought he was getting Kylo Ren into it.
The ensuing fight where Kylo and Rey were tag teaming was awesome.
That was good. And I liked how they actually used the Imperial Guard, whatever, the Praetorian Guard, whatever that actually means. Yeah. I thought it was cool that they actually used them, and they weren't just there doing nothing.
They were like pretty cool.
Exactly.
And they had those cool things that could like reel in the lightsabers.
Yeah.
All of a sudden in my mind I was like, okay, what the heck is going to be in this movie now? Is Kylo good? They're going to tag team and it's going to be awesome?
Right, but then I was like, is General Hux just going to take over, and then they're fighting him now?
Right.
I don't know.
And which ends up not being the case, but that moment of tag teaming, which I really hope happens again in 9 at some point, because, you know, Kylo is very torn, was really cool. The kind of, I mean, Kylo Ren, you know, Rey throws the lightsaber and he turns it on in the guy's eye and stuff like that.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Really cool. So when Kylo is like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
And you join me. We'll take
Run
over the galaxy.
Yeah, exactly.
Let the Resistance die. Well, let's know everyone's dying, whatever, and we'll take over. And, like, I thought that was really cool. You feel Rey's disappointment.
Yeah.
Because, like, first of all, that was probably, like, one of her better moments, acting-wise, in that movie, was when she was like, oh, no, not like this.
Yeah.
Like, because you're falling with her. It's like, yeah, he's good now. They're going to team up.
Exactly, yeah.
And then, no. He wanted to do this, to have her join him.
Right.
And just take over.
Exactly. Which is like another thing where it's like, what are they going to do?
Right.
how is this going to go through? What happens now? Yeah. Now we know what happened.
Oh yeah, so Laura Dern's character when she splits the ship in half, that was really cool. That was really effective.
Because once again, when he sold them out, it's like, how are they going to get out of this?
Right. Yeah. How's everyone is currently screwed.
Exactly.
But that was really cool. And then the following battle with Finn and Phasma was awesome.
That was good.
Yeah.
Where he actually
he was
beat her.
Mad.
Yeah, like,
really
you could sense it, and she may or may not be dead.
Again,
it looks like she
looks
is,
pretty dead.
But people have died in this universe and come back without a problem before. But yeah, no, like that was the thing. It was like these escape pods they finally found are now getting obliterated.
Yeah.
Finn and Rose are about to get their heads cut off. Rey is attempting to deal with Kylo Ren and trying to talk him off the ledge of going back to what he was. Right. And it's like, how are you going to get out of this? Yeah. And finally, Kristen Wiig turns the ship on, and because it was like, what are they going to do? Are they going to jump the light speed? Why is she doing that? Yeah. Oh, she's going to distract him. No, she's not. She's going to put it right through the ship.
That was awesome.
Like, which I never thought about until they did it. And I was like, oh, that's right. They can do that.
Yeah.
Like in the Han Solo comics. Right. That's how they get out of most of their little snaps with these big creatures. They light speed right through them because they're a soft target. And, like, that's it. I was, like, dumbfounded. I was like, no way. And she took out a bunch of ships, too. It wasn't just the one.
I thought it was cool. So then they're fighting over the lightsaber, Kylo and Rey, and it splits in half.
Yeah.
And you see later she has both sides. I thought maybe like he'd keep one side, she has the other.
Yeah,
She's got both sides.
Mm-hmm.
2 halves of a kyber crystal. 2 halves that you might want to put on the end of a big long stick. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That does make sense. How am I going to rebuild it?
Mm.
Well, you got to go with what you got.
Yeah.
Well, here's your staff. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So I think that'll probably.
Oh.
Yeah. Before we get into the big final stuff,
Mhm.
I really liked Rose. Like a lot.
I did. I didn't think I was.
I didn't think I was going to like her that much because I didn't think she was going to really do anything.
Yeah, no, I thought
But-
she was just going to play the role they needed her to play.
Right.
But yeah, now
They-
she's the love interest.
She was given a lot of character time to build with Finn,
Mm-hmm.
which was great. And she ended up being... I thought, like, I liked her, like, I guess, like, starry-eyed
Mm-hmm.
hope thing.
Yeah.
The connection with her sister and the little necklace piece
Mhm.
was really good. I felt really happy when the guy gave it back to her.
Yeah,
Because she just played it so well.
exactly.
She's a good actress.
Yeah. I thought it was good because, like, the whole time I'm like, so here's what my long prediction is.
Yeah.
Rey is going to save the universe because somehow her and Kylo Ren will get together.
Yeah.
Somehow they are going to be a love interest.
I think so.
Which we kind of saw starting.
You see it, and the elevator scene was really good when they were going to Snoop. You see it.
Yeah,
He likes her.
exactly. And she likes him. They touched the hands,
Yeah.
and it was a whole big
He
thing.
really wants her to be evil with him.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And she wants him to go to her
To be
side.
good. Yeah.
So that's how this is going to play out. I think is they're going to keep doing that, and something's going to happen where they get together. But I was like, well, what about Finn? Because Finn clearly likes Rey, but now it's more of like a sisterly love, and Rose is now his love interest.
Maybe even because like though she seems okay with it at the end when Rey sees Finn caring for Rose.
Right.
We have a potential for a love triangle.
We do.
But you know,
I don't know if they're
or
going to
even-
focus
or-
on that though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because I feel like with this movie, there's so much other things
Yeah.
to focus on that they even let who her parents are just go to the wayside. Who Snoke is go to the wayside.
That's something interesting as well. I mean, a lot of people are really mad of the reveal that her parents are no one.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren totally could have been lying to her.
Exactly.
Because he's a bad guy and he has motivation. He wants her to join him.
Right.
So if she has nothing,
Exactly.
there's
She
all
has
the
this
more
anger.
reason. There's all the more
Exactly.
reason to join him. So that could be a lie. For all of them.
Yeah, Kylo Ren says they're nobody. If they're nobody, do I really care at this point? No, because another movie's going to come out, I'm going to see it,
Right.
and I'm going to forget about who her parents are anyway.
Right.
Because I think it's already answered.
Yeah.
But at the same time, would they really do that? Would they let these fans get so hyped up into who her parents are
Right.
and then just not answer it? But I feel like that's a good plot device to have in the final
I
movie.
think it's interesting. Well, yeah, you could either bring it back and maybe he lied.
Right.
Or, like, it's an interesting aspect to her.
Mhm.
Because he was like, do I have to tell you or have you always known? You've always known. Just
Yeah.
say it.
Exactly.
And, like, maybe she has. Maybe she's been deluding
Yeah.
herself this whole time. Like,
I don't know. It's kind of like a reality check because it's like you had all these Jedis in the prequels. Did we care who their parents were?
no.
No, we didn't care.
Well, and then to really jump ahead, that little ending scene with that boy and yeah, the kid in the broomstick. People are telling me I'm seeing things,
Mhm.
but I'm positive he used the Force to grab the
Yeah.
broom. Real quick.
Confirmed. We did Google it.
Yeah, I think I googled it. He
Yeah,
used the
no.
Force, so like,
Do we not have to know who his parents
who
are?
are his parents?
Yeah.
Is he
Oh
Luke
my God,
Skywalker's son?
Yeah, exactly.
But maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe
Exactly.
when the Force awoke, it awoke not just in her.
It could have. Yeah.
Right.
Just people that are naturally in tune. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Well, because
Because if you have a high midichlorian count.
that doesn't matter anymore either.
I
They
know.
really recontextualized the definition of the Force.
Right.
That the Force is just this balancing thing.
Right.
Um,
Which I didn't think they were going to do.
right.
Because they didn't completely eliminate, like say it was not a thing.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, when he said that instantly, I was like, well, no, it's midichlorians.
Maybe Qui-Gon Jinn was just full of it.
He could have been. He was
Um,
full of gin.
Yeah. The final battle. I got a really cool Lord of the Rings Helm's Deep vibe from
Yeah.
that last
All
one.
hope is lost.
All hope is lost. You're barricaded in. You're just trying to hold them off.
And here
Felt
comes
like Helm's
Gandalf.
Deep. Yeah, Gandalf comes.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the form of Luke.
Yep.
But then Luke shows up, supposedly. The only thing I noticed that may have been a bit off about Luke was, I was like, why did he cut his hair?
Mhm.
There's not enough time for that.
Right.
But it turns out that that's just more of an illusion.
Right.
I liked the idea of him as the master, just toying with his apprentice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Kylo Ren's just getting super
Oh,
upset.
he was so good at the end with just how mad he was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Rey and Chewie show up in the Falcon, he's just losing his shit.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, nothing will go right for him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's what this movie was about.
Nothing
Showing
goes right
that
for
like
anyone.
nothing goes right for anyone.
Right.
Everybody is just, you know, oh, we blew up the Death Star with one proton torpedo.
Right.
You know, it's like, oh, well, this door can be held together, no problem.
Right.
Oh, here they come with some kind of battering ram.
Yeah.
Okay, they're gonna win. Nope, here comes the Millennium Falcon. Get it? You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
I think it's cool.
It's interesting. It's like, well, you learn like Luke's not so perfect.
Right.
The legend of Luke is overstated.
Mm-hmm.
Rey does not accomplish much. She
Mhm.
doesn't get Kylo to turn with her. She just barely gets out on like a fluke. Poe and Finn craft this plan because they think that Laura Dern is going to screw them over. Their plan totally blows up in their face. They lose half the fleet because of it. You know, and then the same thing can be said about the First Order. You know, Kylo in the end he does not accomplish his goals. Hux,
Mm-hmm.
him and Hux are just going to be at each other's throats,
Right.
trying to fight for power. It's just like really interesting to see like so much ineffectiveness.
Yeah, exactly. Everything has now come to that boiling point
Right.
that we kind of saw in A New Hope.
Right.
Right when they destroy the planet. Like, things are at that point.
Well, it's interesting.
you know?
This feels like we are on the cusp of something new.
Mhm.
Even though we're going into the third movie of a trilogy,
Right.
this feels like the proper passing off from
Yeah.
the old characters to the new.
Mhm.
Now we feel like, and Luke says it, to Kylo Ren. He's like, this isn't the end. This is just the beginning.
Mhm.
And it truly feels like it's the beginning of something else.
Right. It's definitely shown very well when you have Yoda there.
Yeah.
He's talking to Luke. He's like, dude, just burn the tree.
He's like,
he was like, and then he's
Luke's like struggling with it, and he makes the lightning come.
Yep.
And Yoda's
crazy
like,
puppet Yoda.
high out
again.
of his mind.
Yeah.
Well, I miss crazy puppet Yoda.
Yes.
I'm so glad it wasn't annoying prequels like Yoda.
Yes.
Boring.
It was-
Yoda.
It was the original trilogy Yoda.
He blows up the thing. You're like,
Yeah, exactly. He's losing it.
It's like, why don't you just burn it? Just
Yeah.
burn it, whatever.
Yeah, no, like I think that was cool, which we then find out he was okay with because the books are in the Millennium Falcon anyway, so it
Yeah.
didn't matter.
Right.
But yeah, no, so I think it was cool to see that passing of the torch coming from Yoda, who passed it to Luke, and then right at the end when Luke disappears, Luke passing it to Rey.
Right. He is Luke. I thought people have a problem. It seems people that don't like it. I've seen some comments and some reviews.
Mhm.
They think Luke's a wimp who didn't actually show up,
Mhm.
and he just tricked Ben. He didn't actually go and whatever. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah.
Because first of all, it's like you didn't expect it.
Mhm.
First of all, he walks out and they blast the crap out of him,
Mhm.
which there was some funny moments. Where, like, I think you got him, sir.
Yeah.
But and then there he is. He appears from the smoke and he does that little.
Yeah.
He's just messing with him.
Exactly.
He's just infuriating him, which I think he has the right to do.
Mhm.
Because I mean, yeah, it's kind of Luke's fault that he exists. But as far as Luke was concerned, like he decided he wasn't going to kill him
Mhm.
because he realized like Snoke had already got him.
Right.
And then also he killed Han Solo, so he deserves to be a little mess with him.
Yeah.
But
I thought it was funny when he's like, "Take me down," and Hux is like, "No," and he throws him against the wall, and then the guy's like, "Right away, sir." And he starts bringing him down. Like, I
Yeah.
thought that was funny.
and then he's
That was
just,
well placed.
again just toying with him, and like Luke does like the Matrix thing. And I'm like, Luke's on some like next level shit.
Yeah.
He just got blown apart. He's fine. All that stuff, and I was like, what is happening? And
Yeah.
you realize he's not there.
hmm
Um,
Really just puts everything in.
It's just great, and he was just purely being a diversion
Mhm.
to let everyone get away,
Right.
and that was really great.
I liked how Kylo Ren found the dice, though.
Yeah,
Like, I thought that was just a cool little
Right.
thing. You know what I mean? Just all in all, I think it was a good movie.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the movie of the year, I
No.
don't think.
no, it's-
But it
I
was a
actually
good
I don't
movie.
I don't think it's my personal favorite of the year. It's one of my favorites of the year.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of bold choices, and I think I like to see that. It's unexpected. I mean, it's such a machine now.
Mhm.
Disney's gonna pump these things out. It's all by like the books, you would think, but
Mm-hmm.
then to go in and just defy fan expectation.
Right. You
It's
think they're
so
just going to
many-
pump it out the way you think,
Right.
and just to do it,
Right.
but they actually show that they're into this movie.
Right, they're like, we're gonna make this different. We're gonna let
Right.
the director run with it.
Exactly. Which is not my reasoning for not being a 10 out of 10.
Right.
Like, if anything, that's what saved it for me. Because if
Right.
they just redid the same movie and went the way I thought it was
I
going to
would
go,
not.
I would have been like, it was okay. It was like a 5 or a 6, But 7.5, 8 for me, like, it's better because of those. No one cares who Snoke is.
Right.
No one cares who her parents are.
Yeah. I would have been very unhappy because like my thing with The Force Awakens being very similar to A New Hope was I felt they needed a reboot. It needed that kick to get the prequels out of your mind.
Right.
But then if they turned around and they remade The Empire Strikes Back, I would have been really disappointed. And this is not that.
No, not at all. So yeah, I think it was a good movie.
Yeah,
definitely go see it.
I'm on the side of like this is good. I like the change of direction.
Mm-hmm.
Character choices are weird and unexpected, but I'm on board with it.
Yeah, no, I think as we see it more in the coming weeks, we'll probably just put up another video of us just talking about it in general.
There's a lot to really pick apart. We could have gone even more in depth, I think.
Yeah, but all in all, we don't want to keep you here for a feature-length movie, which it is a long one, but it didn't really feel like it until you look at your watch at the end. And you're like, oh my god.
I will say, despite it being very long, there's not really a moment to miss.
Yeah, check out some of our other videos. Subscribe down below. We got a lot of stuff coming out, especially in the next coming weeks with Christmas and everything right around the corner. We're going to have some product reviews and things like that as well as other movie reviews because we have some bigger title movies coming out.
Big movies coming out, a lot of these books we've been reading.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of good stuff coming.
So, yeah, this has been another episode of Cantina Reviews. I'm Brooks.
And I'm Joe.
And this has been... Why did I do that?
I don't know.
So once again, I'm Brooks.
I'm Joe.
And this has been another episode of Cantina Reviews. Like.
I liked.